Hello students, this is a video to help you get started with reading articles on Achieve 3000 literacy. Note that there is a name change. This is the website we've used for many semesters. It used to be Spark 3000, but now they are changing the name to Achieve 3000 literacy, so that is what you will see here when you log in. I want to go over how you can navigate to the site. So there are several ways you can navigate to the site. You can still Google Spark 3000 or Achieve 3000, and these links to spark3000.com should take you where you need to go to log in, or this link to achieve3000.com takes you to this page, and then you would have to do the added step of clicking log in. Again, it takes you to this login page where you want to go. Another way that you can navigate to the site, and this may be easier or more difficult depending on your technology, digital literacy skills, but you can put in the exact URL. So for example, you could type in spark3000.com. Again, because of the name change, it redirects you to this login site. You can also type in achieve3000.com, and again, that takes you to this site, okay, where you have to click log in. Finally, you can use the exact URL or website address portal at achieve3000.com and press enter, and again, it takes you to this login page. So those are all different ways you can get to this page to log in to the Achieve 3000 literacy program and get started reading articles. You're going to need to put in your username and password. Your username should be something like your first name dot last name, and sometimes if it's a common first and last name, you might have an extra number at the end. But remember, there's usually a period or a dot in between your first and last name. Then you should have a short password or passphrase. This information will be provided by your teacher. So if you're not sure, talk to your teacher. If you're a returning student, it should be the same as the information you've used in previous semesters in our school. So then you go ahead and log in. And now you are ready to find and read an article. There are many ways to find articles to read on Spark 3000. I'm just going to start by reading the article that shows up automatically on the main page. So you'll notice it's a 5-step lesson, and it has this title, and this is an article that was published recently by Achieve 3000. So that's why it's showing up on this main page. We will talk later about other ways you can access articles. We'll click start, and what I want to focus on in this video is the 3-step routine. So notice this is considered a 5-step article, but for our purposes, you really just need to focus on the first 3 steps, and I want to go over those. I'm going to cover steps 1 and 2 in this video, and then there will be a separate video for step 3. So step 1 is the before reading poll, step 2 is reading the article, and step 3 is activity questions, which is an 8-question quiz to check your understanding of the article. So let's start with step 1, the before reading poll. Well, of course, a poll is like a survey that asks you to give your opinion about an issue. I don't want you to focus so much on forming an opinion yet. I want you to focus at this point more on finding keywords or key concepts that are going to be in the article. So first of all, I'm going to look at the title up here. Basketball player takes on bullies. And this word sticks out to me because I know this word, and I know it's a very strong word, meaning people who use their power to make other people feel bad or to hurt them. Bullies are not very nice. As I read the before reading poll, I want to start thinking about and predicting what is this article going to be about. So let me read this quickly. Anthony Yanni, I believe. I don't know if it's Lani or Yanni. I think it must be a capital I, so let's say Yanni. Anthony Yanni worked hard to reach his goals. He played basketball and graduated from college. Not everyone thought that he could do it. What do you think? Okay, he worked hard to reach his goals. And then the question or prompt is, it's important to set your own goals and work hard to achieve them. Now, whether you agree or disagree with them, the purpose of this stage, of this step, is to get you to start thinking about the ideas in the article. So I'm connecting that basketball player is probably Anthony Ianni, and he had to work hard, and he took on bullies at some point in his life. So there were people either being mean to him or mean to other people around him, and he took them on, which I could infer means that he confronted them. And he had to work very hard. So I would start wondering, what were his challenges that made him need to take on bullies and need to work especially hard to reach his goals. I might think about this just a little bit. It's important to set your own goals and work hard to achieve them. Sure, I might agree with that, but I don't want you to spend too much time explaining why you voted the way you did, because this will not be seen by anyone else. And as a teacher, I will not check this. So unless you want to use this for your own purposes, for your own reflection, you do not need to spend a lot of time explaining this. Again, more importantly, is that you think about and you find some keywords or key ideas that are things that you're going to read about in the article. So next, we're going to go on to step 2, the article. Notice that you have this pop-up window that comes up first. And this is a great place to get the main idea of the article, because it's going to tell you right here. It's going to give you a short summary of the article. So again, we have the title, Basketball Player Takes on Bullies, and here it gives us a summary. Anthony Ianni was a great basketball player, but he was bullied as a kid. Now he is sharing his anti-bullying message and helping young people. So already I've got a really good idea of what this article is about in general. Reading the article is going to give me more details about that. Here we have some key vocabulary words in the story. You can check and see if these are words that are familiar to you. If they are, you don't need to spend too much time studying them. But if they are unfamiliar or you just want to refresh your information, you can read the words, definitions, and listen as well to get the pronunciation. So that's an option for you to start studying that vocabulary, and you can study it as much or as little as you want. We'll close that, and then we're going to get started reading the article. Now, I want to emphasize that the purpose here is to read and really understand this article. So there are many reasons you might read something, and your goal is not always to understand it very well or perfectly. But in this case, we want to get a very, very good idea of the information in this article, and especially the main ideas. Now, for that, what I really recommend is that you read the article more than once. So the first time I'm going to read it, and again, I'll continue this this idea of thinking about the title, looking at this picture, reading this caption of the picture. Anthony Ianni has gone from playing basketball to speaking out against bullying. Okay, so I'm really starting to get a much better idea of what this article is going to be about, and I want to continue asking questions. So I want to think about, okay, so why was he bullied? What, was there a reason that kids were mean to him or tried to take his lunch money or things like that? I wanted to show you these tools, but I have to erase them first, I think. Let's see if this is the erasing tool. Remove all highlights? Okay. So before we get into that, we've already gotten a lot of information. Now we're going to read closely and try to understand the article. Again, we might read it once. We could skim it. We could scan it. We could watch this video at the end to reinforce what we've read. We could look at this video transcript that gives us the words that are in that video. Um, and then we could come back to the beginning again, and we could read it again in a specific way. Um, we want to use some strategies for understanding the article. The first thing is to, after you read it, think about, did I understand what I just read? Or what was that article about? Or what did I just learn from reading that article? Just based on the little bit that I've already skimmed, I would say I've learned that Anthony Yanni was bullied as a child, and now as a basketball player, he's trying to stop bullying from happening to other people. So thinking is very important, even if you don't. We will do other lessons about using graphic highlighting, annotating, and summarizing. I'll just show you briefly how to use the highlight tools. This is a new toolbar here. You can click on this icon, and for example, I noticed when I was reading the article before, Iani was diagnosed with ASD or autism spectrum disorder at age 4. And I think that's probably a key detail about why he was bullied. So I'm going to highlight that. Autism spectrum disorder is maybe a key concept or key vocabulary term, so I might highlight that with a different color. Growing up, Yanni knew he wasn't like his classmates. Maybe that's another reason that he was bullied. So again, that's related to the main idea of the article. I'm going to highlight that. As I go through the article and continue to read the details in each paragraph and get more stories about him, I might highlight more. Additionally, you can of course take notes in a notebook at home, or you can use these reading connections buttons. We can have separate lessons on these, but for getting the main idea of a paragraph, for example, you might want to use this setting the purpose tool.